When did we all agree that it's now okay to watch medieval barbarism with our morning coffee? We've become so used to watching assassinations, gruesome murders, and public executions, all served up between get ready with me's and sourdough recipes, that we've become so complacent we can now watch someone's soul leave their body and just keep scrolling. Let's talk about it. I can't stomach any more death, and quite frankly, the ease of which some people consume these videos and effortlessly switch into apologist or worse, indifferent bystander is a conversation we all need to be having. In recent days, we've seen a crazed attack in Belfast, where a Sudanese man was straddling a victim, relentlessly stabbing him in the face, and bystanders were screaming that he's trying to cut his head off. And just last week, the body cam footage of Henry Nowak's final moments was released. And we watched an 18-year-old bleed out, telling officers he'd been stabbed whilst they handcuffed him. A police officer replied, "I don't think you have, mate," and we watched him die. Two children were ambushed by machete-wielding teenage thugs in Melbourne whilst walking home from basketball. 15 people were murdered at a Hanukkah celebration at Bondi Beach, and before their blood had even cooled, the machinery started. The apologists, the approved framings, the politicians explaining which conclusions you're permitted to draw from your own eyes. Philosopher Alexis de Tocqueville called this soft despotism, a form of control that doesn't silence you outright, it just gently manages the conditions under which certain truths become unspeakable. We are overexposed and under-honest all at the same time, and that combination is corrosive. If we can't discuss things openly, it's just going to intensify privately and inevitably distort and then radicalize. And the uncomfortable and confronting reality is our bloodlust and our appetite for death is something that we inherited from our ancestors. Death has always been useful to us. Rome filled the Colosseum with 80,000 people to watch men die as a sport. Public hangings at Tyburn drew crowds in the tens of thousands. Execution was a deterrence, but it was also entertainment and social glue all at once. And if you think we've evolved past it, the 20th century would like a word. Industrialized war, genocide, purges designed for efficiency, the appetite for death has never left us. Our ancestors were barbaric, but at least they were honest about it. We've kept the barbarism in our feeds and added a lie on top, and that lie is that we're too morally evolved to talk about where the violence comes from. Susan Sontag understood something in regarding the pain of others. She argued that repeated exposure to suffering doesn't deepen our humanity, it actually erodes it, because compassion is not some infinite resource. It withers when it's constantly invoked but never acted upon. A society is not defined by whether violence occurs, it always will. It's defined by whether it can still feel the weight of a death and speak honestly about its causes. If you lose both, you don't become more peaceful, you become indifferent. And indifference has never been the end of violence. It's the beginning of something far more sinister.